On April 1st, 2021, I ditched a career I absolutely hated to better myself and do the things I've always wanted to do. And that included my growing love and obsession with Ireland. I want to learn everything: culture, history, mythology, music, and the language. Which, if I'm being honest, looks really hard to learn, but I'm going to give it the old Smith try. Then, of course, there is my love of pubs and the role that they've played throughout history, and no better example of that than on that beautiful, beleaguered island in the North Atlantic, Ireland. April 1st, 2026, I depart for the Emerald Isle, and for 1 year, I'll hike town by town and conduct interviews with pub owners, pub regulars, historians, town know-it-alls, musicians, and basically anybody that wants to talk to me. If you'd like to support the project and the journey, basic Patreon support is only $3 a month, but just liking a video or subscribing to the channel and following the journey is just as helpful. I'm always looking for volunteers to work as liaisons for the project too, so if you live in Ireland and know people, feel free to hit me up. This is a huge goal and I need all the help I can get. The Smitty Learns Irish Pubcast begins April 26th and will be my life's work. Thank you. And welcome to the Smith Hole. My name is Smitty from the What the Hell Everything podcast, and it is time for a full album reaction to Aslan's debut album from 1988, Feel No Shame. I am so stoked to get into this. This is called a cram session, 100%. 1 week and 1 day from now, I will interview the founding members of Aslan, Joe Jewell, Billy McGuinness, and Alan Downey. 1 week and 1 day from today, which means, as if you followed the channel at all, you know I'm going down the Irish rabbit hole. You know possibly that I've already checked out a couple reactions from Aslan, and they were so kind and shared my reactions and actually got a hold of me for an interview. And I've loved what I've heard so far from these guys. I can't wait to talk to them. So right now, we're going to get into the full album reaction for Aslan, the Feel No Shame 1988 debut. I will say that this is the 30th anniversary of that album. I am checking it out on Spotify. It does include a couple new tracks, including A Book of Life and Now I Know. New tracks from 2018, I do believe, when it was released for the 30th anniversary. Because it is not included on the Spotify album, Now I Know, we're going to check out the video for that first, which was released, again, in 2018. Also, if you're down with the Aslan reactions and you want to check out the interview and help along with the cram session, this Monday, the 4th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to do an Aslan live reaction marathon. Your suggestions, things I find. I'm already checking things out that I find posted on their Facebook page. They're throwing all kinds of great live content out, so I'm checking that out already. But give me your suggestions of things to check out featuring Aslan, Christy Dignam, you name it. Let's go down this rabbit hole, and that reaction marathon is, again, this coming Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So, we're going to get into Aslan, Now I Know, and then the full album reaction for Feel No Shame.
I believe we are real, not just stories that you told me. I've a feeling you'll be leaving me. I'm a stranger, now you're a stranger too. Now I know why it's over. Now I know what to do. Now I know why it's over and why I'm leaving you.
Man, this is so cool for a number of reasons for me. And that, knowing that he passed away, and that's the reason I started doing the first reaction to Aslan. I'm like, oh, this is clearly somebody I should listen to. This is clearly a band I should listen to. But further discovering and listening to more things and the things people say about Christy Dignam and the band as well, he's kind of like the king of Dublin. You know what I mean? Just a huge figure and a much beloved figure as well. And this was 2018. It was more or less a band retrospective, kind of looking back, it looks like to me. But now it really serves as a great memorial to Christy Dignam. At least that's the way it seems to me. Musically, it's really cool. I'm digging the lyrics as well.
All this time that we lose seems to go so fast and then slow. Then it stops. What are we going to do? I'm a stranger. Now you're a stranger too. Now I know why it's over. Now I know what to do. Now I know why it's over and why I'm leaving you. What are we going to do? That's the way I feel. This love was never real. Now I know why it's over.
Man, it's so cool to hear as well. I've only heard stuff. What's the correct term? Like older stuff. Stuff that was produced in the '90s, essentially. So it's nice to hear that they still got the chops. You know what I mean? It's nice to hear that they still have the thing that makes them like a cohesive band. You can hear it. It's pretty fucking cool, man. That was good. That was fantastic. Now I really can't wait to get into this album. And typically, full album reactions, I must say, are I usually pause it at least once, probably twice during each song, like I do on regular reactions anyway, but just to try to break up any copyright issues with YouTube. I don't think Aslan would ding me for a copyright, but hey, you never know, man. Most of the times, that's beyond like a band's control. That's a label thing, but I don't think that's the case here. So we're gonna kick it off with "Loving Me Lately." Feel no shame. Let's start cramming. It's so fucking dancey. Like in a good way that I didn't fucking expect. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start shaking my ass now in this chair, which I will do. You guys might have to pause it more. You could instantly hear like the fucking post-punk 80s vibe of a band like The Clash or something along those lines. You can hear that inspiration there. You can even see it on that video in the black and white old school footage. And I'm fucking down for that sound usually, all the time. Fucking dancey but rocking.
I ain't gonna lose no sleep. Ain't gonna wait for
I love the sound so much.
You turn me on when you don't even try. Turn me on, never know why. Why do I never know why? I walk with this fear of love. Love could not save me. You ain't loving me lately. I fought with this fear of love.
This is infectious as shit. Man, it's so cool. I said it on the very first reaction to Aslan this was a '90s song that I'd heard, "Crazy World," and it was so cool because you go back and stuff you didn't hear. I grew up then. I'm born in '75. I'm a child of the '80s and '90s, and when you hear a band that you didn't know about, but they took place in that era, you're like, oh, I can hear the era there. It's fucking cool. And 100% you can hear just that '80s dancey post-punk. And in a good way, a lot of times when I say dancey or something like that regarding pop things, it's not necessarily my thing. But in this case, 100% it is. Ha ha. Let's keep going, will we? Will we? We will. We shall. Ah, Smith, your shuffle fucked you. Let me let me get Loving Me Lately go again so I can get the tail end of that. Now that shuffle's off. Sorry, Smith brain fails again. What the hell, everything?